Imagine a global financial system built on a promise, where the world's most powerful currency is directly linked to a precious metal. Now, picture the pressures that could erode that promise, shaking the very foundations of international trade and finance. How could such a seemingly stable arrangement unravel? The dollar-gold parity crisis, which ultimately led to the collapse of the Bretton Woods system, was primarily caused by a growing lack of confidence in the United States' ability to maintain the convertibility of its dollar into gold at the fixed price of $35 per troy ounce. This crisis signaled the end of a pivotal era in global monetary policy. The core mechanism behind this crisis was the fundamental imbalance between the gold reserves held by the United States and the ever-increasing volume of dollars circulating globally. Under Bretton Woods, other countries pegged their currencies to the dollar, which was in turn pegged to gold. As the United States ran persistent balance of payments deficits, it meant more dollars flowed out of the country than flowed in, essentially accumulating in foreign central banks. These foreign central banks had the right to exchange their dollar holdings for physical gold from the United States Treasury. To understand the magnitude, consider that by the late 1960s, foreign dollar holdings vastly exceeded the gold reserves at Fort Knox. This created a credibility gap, as the United States simply did not have enough gold to redeem all the dollars presented. The Vietnam War's expenses and increased domestic social spending further fueled these deficits, exacerbating the problem. Moreover, some countries, notably France, began actively demanding gold in exchange for their dollar reserves, further depleting the United States' dwindling supply. This situation created what economists call Triffin's dilemma, a key insight here. The dilemma highlighted the inherent conflict in a system where one national currency serves as the global reserve currency. For the global economy to grow, the reserve country, the United States, had to supply enough liquidity, meaning dollars, to the rest of the world. However, by doing so, it inevitably ran deficits and undermined confidence in its ability to maintain the gold convertibility of its currency, thereby threatening the system's stability. Ultimately, the crisis unfolded as speculative attacks against the dollar intensified, with private actors and central banks alike increasingly betting that the United States would be forced to devalue the dollar or abandon gold convertibility entirely. This growing pressure left the United States with limited options. The eventual decision by President Nixon in August 1971 to unilaterally suspend the dollar's convertibility to gold, known as the Nixon shock, was a direct response to this unsustainable situation, ushering in an era of floating exchange rates and fundamentally reshaping the global financial landscape.